Hello students, myself Amrita Dhar, Assistant Professor of Electrical Engineering Department of Greater Kolkata College of Engineering and Management, JIS Group.
In this video, I will discuss about factors affecting specific energy consumption, coefficient of adhesion and features of traction motors. These topics are included in Module 1 of the subject Utilization of Electric Power. Subject code is EE-702. Factors affecting specific energy consumption. Now, for a given schedule speed, the factors which affect the specific energy consumption are distance first, distance between stops. Distance between stops. Now, the greater the distance, the smaller will be the specific energy consumption. That is, for suburban service, it is higher as compared to the mainline service. Typically, the values for two services are 60 and 25 per kilometer per ton kilometer respectively. Acceleration and retardation. Acceleration and retardation. For a given run and for a given schedule speed, the specific energy consumption is lower and the higher the acceleration and retardation, since with this a longer posting period can be obtained, and for a smaller period the supply is switched on. Next is the maximum speed. Maximum speed. This is for maximum, this axis represents maximum speed and this is watt hour per ton kilometer. Okay. Now, from the expression of energy consumption we have just derived, it is clear that this quantity increases with increase in maximum speed. Next, gradient. The higher the gradient of the track, more will be the energy consumption. Even though part of energy during this period can be fed back to the system through regenerative braking when the train is moving down the gradient. Next, train resistance. In general, higher the train resistance, higher will be the specific energy consumption. And last, type of train equipment. The higher the overall efficiency of the train equipment, the lesser will be the specific energy consumption for a particular specific energy output at the axles. So, while comparing specific energy consumption between various speed time curve, it is noted that if the speed time curve are similar, the specific energy consumption are equal. Speed, time, this is alpha, this is Vm, kVm, this point is B, this point is A. Now, this graph represents two similar speed, time curve. Now specific energy consumption is proportional to Vm square by d during acceleration. In case of curve, b, the speed is kVm, whereas the distance is, at this point distance is half kVm into kVm by alpha, that is proportional to k square. This is proportional to k square, and therefore specific energy consumption is proportional to kVm square by k square d, proportional to Vm square by capital D. Similarly, the specific energy consumption against strain resistance is equal for two systems if same value of constant resistance is assumed in each case. The principle is of utmost importance. Estimation of energy consumption is required for operating a train service along a given route at various scheduled speed. Coefficient of adhesion. Now from our previous discussions, it is clear that greater the torque exerted by the traction motor, greater is the tractive effort at the driving wheels. Now this relation holds good only up to certain extent, beyond which any increase in motor torque does not increase the tractive effort but causes driving wheel to slip. Now it has been observed that there is a maximum value of tractive effort at which driving wheels will not slip, and thus values depends upon the dead weight or adhesion weight over the driving wheels. That is, F is proportional to W. What is F? F is the tractive effort, and what is W? W is the adhesion weight. Or we can write F is equals to mu A into W. Okay. Now if F is in Newton and W is in ton, then the equation can be written as F is equal to 1000 mu A into W into 9.81, where F is in Newton and W is in ton. Okay, now here this mu A is known as coefficient of adhesion. This is known as coefficient of adhesion. This means to haul a given train, there is a certain minimum weight of locomotive. Again, the maximum allowable weight on each driving axles is limited by the strength of the track bridge, etc. to between 15 and 30 tons. Now, if this value is known, the number of axles can be obtained. Now, with DC locomotives, since the DC motors are light and it is desirable to place the whole of the locomotive weight on driving wheel to obtain required tractive effort, whereas with AC locomotives, since the weight of electric equipment is higher, the required tractive effort can be obtained by placing only a portion of the weight on the driving wheels and supporting the rest on the trailing axles. Now the value of coefficient of adhesion is affected by the speed of the train and the condition of the rails. The higher the speed, the smaller is the coefficient of adhesion. If the rails are wet and greasy, the coefficient of adhesion is much lower as compared to when they are dry and sandy. During starting, if the tractive effort varies, the maximum value of the tractive effort must be less than the product of adhesive weight and the coefficient of adhesion. This means the The more uniform the attractive effort during starting and initial acceleration periods, the heavier will be the train which can be operated by locomotive of given adhesion weight. This criteria is of paramount importance, especially in case of goods train where the weight of the train usually approaches the maximum weight which can be handled by locomotive. And this is why the starting of traction motors either by series parallel method or by rheostatic method or by tap changing method is inferior to the method where applied voltage is smoothly and continuously varied, such as by means of grid control in vacuum tubes or by gate control in the case of silicon controlled rectifiers. Next is traction motors. Next is traction motors. Now the motor for electric traction has to operate under conditions which are more arduous than those in most industrial application and a special type of motor known as traction motor. Now the traction motor has been developed which incorporates some features. First feature is electrical feature. Under this category, first is high starting torque. Next is series speed torque characteristics. T is proportional to 1 by n. Third is simple speed controls. Fourth is possibility of dynamic or regenerative braking. Fifth one is better commutation. So these are the electrical features. Next one is mechanical features. Mechanical features. Under this category, first, light in weight. Traction motor should be light in weight and space requirement is small. Small space requirements. Next, totally robust, especially if mounted beneath the locomotive. And last one is robust. It should be robust and should be able to withstand vibration. Okay, now none of the motors which have been developed satisfied all these requirements. So it has been found that the series and compound motors operate satisfactorily on DC system, AC series motor on single phase system, and induction motor on 3-phase system. So we discuss one by one. First we discuss DC motors. We discuss about DC motors.
That's all from today's class. If you have any problem, please contact with me. My contact details is given on the first slide. Thank you.